Hey there, and happy Labor Day. So yesterday I went out to the farmer's market and picked up some stuff, and today I grilled a beautiful ribeye with some horseradish, garlic, and tarragon compound butter, and I made a bunch of vegetables from my garden, and I put them in a tinfoil wrapper, wrapped it up and cooked it in tinfoil. And if your grill has two burners, what you want to do is you want to turn one burner on one side and cook the packet on the other side. It's called indirect cooking. I don't have that. I have a little tiny grill with one burner. And so what I did was I found a brick in my yard, and I brushed the dirt off of it, and I put the brick on top of the burner. Then I put the packet on top of the brick and cooked it up for about 20 minutes. And that one had green beans and zucchini, no, so not zucchini, summer squash, the yellow squash, and some tomatoes from my garden and some carrot shreds that I had. So I threw those in. Those obviously aren't from my garden, but some basil from my garden. And did I mention garlic? I may have. And you dot the whole thing with butter and wrap it up real tight and just throw in the grill, and you have a nice mixed vegetables, roasted mixed vegetables when you're done. And they went great together, and the video is here, and the recipe's on the website. And have a fabulous rest of your Labor Day. We're going to start with some tarragon from my garden. Picked it, took off the leaves and chopped it. I got a new knife sharpener, and I love it so much. And we have some butter that's been softened. I took it out of the refrigerator several hours ago. And we need some chopped garlic. To bring out the flavors in this, we're going to lightly cook this before we add it to our butter. So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in a pan. Don't need much, just a drop or two. And we're going to saute the garlic and the tarragon for just a few minutes. We're going to make sure we season it with some salt. Now I'm using salted butter, so you don't need a lot of salt. Pepper, a little crushed red pepper flake, and we're going to saute that for about 3 minutes. And then we're going to cool it. We're going to add the butter right to the pan. And we're going to add some horseradish. And we're going to mash that all together to mix it very well.
It's 10 hours.
And it's 10 hours. And we're going to form it into a log. Wrap it in parchment or in plastic wrap. Roll it up, tuck in the ends, and we're going to grill it. And there's Kelly saying, Happy Labor Day. And the vegetables I chose were summer squash. Unfortunately, the summer squash I planted did not survive, so I had to buy this. And tomatoes. These did survive, and quite prolific, actually. I've got a lot of these nice San Marzanos. We'll be making some sauce and some soup in the coming months. Green beans, also from my garden. Those are done as well, but I got tons. And we're going to mix all those vegetables together in a bowl. I added some shredded carrots just because I had it. A little color, a little crunch, a little sweetness. And we're going to season our vegetables with salt and pepper. And I'm going to add a little more chopped garlic in there because I like garlic. You can leave it out if you want. Some basil from my garden. Lots of basil. Pesto, strawberry basil margaritas, basil, basil, basil. And we're going to mix that all together well. Do it near a sink because you get basil all over your hands. And we're going to place a sheet of parchment on top of a sheet of foil. And we're going to put our vegetables on that in the center. We're going to dot that with some butter. And we're going to wrap it up. I bring up the top side and the bottom side and fold that over to like an envelope, and then fold in the ends. And you want to do that nice and tightly because when you grill this, you don't want the butter to leak out and cause a fire. So there's our nice tight little packet of vegetables. And as I mentioned in the intro, I used a brick to create the indirect heating method. If you have a, as I mentioned before, if you have a grill with 2 burners, just turn off one side and cook your vegetables. Close your cover and cook your vegetables on the other side. So, tiny little grill. Put on the brick. Put on the vegetables. Close the cover. And cook them for about 20 minutes. Now we're going to open up our veggie packet to check and make sure that our vegetables are done. And 20 minutes did it for this group of vegetables. And they are lovely and fragrant. Now we're going to turn our grill up and get ready to cook our room temperature ribeye. You want that grill to be nice and hot so you can get some good grill marks. We're going to season the meat with salt and pepper. On both sides. And we're going to place that on a hot grill at an angle. And about 3 minutes in, we're going to turn it to go the other way. And then we're going to turn it over and repeat that process on the other side. 3 to 5 minutes for this ribeye because it was pretty thin on each side did it for me. And then we have Kelly waiting for her piece of steak. And the meat should be 135 for medium rare. I like mine a little rare, but this was about 135. Now we're going to take out our compound butter out of the refrigerator. And we're going to open it up, cut a slice, and place it on top of our hot ribeye. That was kind of a thick slice, but I do like my butter, you know that. You save the rest of that log for cooking other stuff. You can use that as a base for lots of things. I can't wait to play with it as we go along. And there we are. Melted butter, beautiful vegetables. We're going to serve it and eat it. And the nice thing about these packets is, oh, there we go. Look at that. Perfect temperature. As I was saying, the nice things about these packages cleanup is a breeze. You just dump those vegetables and toss that foil and parchment and you're done. No dishes.